Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. We are so excited to be back for our Food for Thought Thursday. This is Anne, registered dietitian with Pediatric Nutrition Therapy. So, today our topic is going to be carbohydrates. Carbohydrates have gotten a ton of heat lately in the media, and there's so much confusion. So, hopefully, today our topic will help clarify some things for you and help you make better choices for your child when it comes to carbohydrates. So I get this question a lot like, what are carbohydrates? Why are they so important? And the answer to that is carbs are your body's most important and readily available source of energy. So your brain, your child's brain, that is running on carbohydrate. And also blood sugar levels, those rises and fall in blood sugar depend on carbohydrate, what kind of carb you're eating. And so we want to make sure that you're choosing the highest quality of fuel for your children's brain and to really set them up for success in school as they're learning and as they're burning through energy with sports, things like that. So, without further ado, going into more detail here, there are two different types of carbohydrate. So, we have the simple carbohydrates. So those are including fructose, glucose, and lactose. So simple carbs have gotten a lot of bad rap, and not all simple carbs are bad though. So some things like some certain fruits, vegetables, and dairy, those have simple carbohydrates, and those are also supplying your child's body with good sources of calcium, good vitamins, minerals, vitamin D, things like that. So, not all simple carbs are bad. We just want to be a little bit conscious of what kinds we're choosing. The second category is complex carbohydrates. So, those are found in foods like starchy vegetables, whole grains, rice, bread, cereals. Those are the foods that are going to be higher in fiber, and that's going to help your child's digestive system, keep them more regular, keep them fuller longer. And um, one thing to be aware of is carbohydrate has 4 calories per gram. So if you're looking at the label, the amount of grams of carb that something contains, you're going to multiply that by 4 to find out how many calories are actually coming from carbohydrate. And not all calories are the same. So, if your child ate a bowl of whole grain oatmeal versus a lollipop, they may have the same amount of calories, but they're going to get more fiber, they're going to get more nutritional value out of the oatmeal versus the lollipop. So that kind of goes into how does the body process carbs and sugar? Why does it matter? So all carbohydrates are actually broken down into simple sugars, and those are absorbed into the body's bloodstream. So as the sugar level rises, the pancreas releases a hormone called insulin, and that is needed to move sugar from the blood into the cells where it can be used as energy. So that's how we're getting that energy that our body needs from eating those carbohydrate sources. Um, and for a child, they need roughly 50 to 60% of their calories coming from carbohydrates. And so we want to make sure that they're choosing good carbohydrates because it is what their little body needs to grow and to function. However, we want to, like I said, make sure they're choosing the right sources to give their body everything that it needs. And working with a registered dietitian, as your child is going through growth spurts or they started up a new sport or activity, we can really work closely with you to determine how much carbohydrate per day your child needs and then help you meal plan what that would look like in a day. So, we're going to go over now some choose this versus that, which may help you make decisions when it comes to giving meals or snacks for your child. So instead of candy, there are carbohydrates in candy. Maybe you could try, a dried fruit, or even better yet, a whole fruit. Instead of soda or fruit juice, you could do like a Crystal Light packet or a flavored water or something like that. Instead of white bread, you could choose whole wheat bread, or even better, choose 7-grain bread. Instead of white pasta, you could choose whole wheat pasta. Same with crackers. Trade those out for whole grain options. And then for cereals, instead of a sugary cereal, all of our kids love Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops, but you could trade that out for like a more whole grain or bran cereal, or even better yet, rolled oats. So sometimes it takes baby steps. Not all kids are going to go from eating Lucky Charms to rolled oats, but just being aware that there are different levels of carbohydrate that are going to give your child different nutritional um, value. So going over what's in front of us here, this is my plate, and this is what the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics really uses as a tool to teach parents and families what meals and snacks should look like, and kind of what foods fall into what categories. So on here we have fruits, vegetables, protein, grains, and dairy. And all of these, aside from the protein group, are going to contain carbohydrate. So we'll start in the upper left corner here with our fruits. So we have some strawberries, grapefruit, banana, oranges, grapes, berries, apple. Those are all awesome sources of carbohydrate. All the fruits are gonna give your body and your child's body good vitamins, minerals, things that it needs. And although they are simple sugars, they are a good part of a balanced diet. So our body needs fruits and the nutrition that comes from that. Second category is vegetables. So looking down in the lower left, we have yams, we have beans, broccoli, corn, carrots. So all of those also contain vegetables and part of a balanced diet, and going to really contribute to that fuel that your child needs. Up here in the upper right corner, we have dairy products. So I don't have many food models from the dairy category, so bear with me, but yogurt and milk, those are going to be great sources of dairy for your child, and they contain great sources of calcium, vitamin D to help their bones grow, stay strong, and they also too contain carbohydrate. So the last group we're going to look at here is the grains. So this is what the group that everyone thinks of carbohydrate containing foods. So different foods from this category include, we have mashed potatoes, we have whole grain rice, we have like the sandwich thins, popcorn, whole grain oatmeal, whole wheat bread, some cereal, and a tortilla. So all of these foods are part of the grain category and contain good sources of carbohydrate. So we want to just try to incorporate different foods from each category into our child's diet to really come up with a good balanced diet containing simple, complex carbohydrates, swapping out, that candy for maybe a piece of fruit or some yogurt, and really just trying to promote a balanced diet, as carbohydrates are the body's main fuel source. So let me know if you have questions. Hope this was informative, and let me know what you want to hear for next week's video. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.